Welcome to another edition of the Southern States Showcase. I'm Nicole Morocco, this is John Nelson, and we are standing on top of the hill here in Pulaski, Tennessee on the campus of Martin Methodist College. And John, we have a big show ahead of us.
A lot of basketball ahead of us here from the heart of Giles County and the heart of the Red Hawks. The Southern States Showcase starts right now.
The Southern States Showcase on Sports South.
Welcome to the showcase. We're standing on top of the hill here in Pulaski, Tennessee. We have a beautiful backdrop behind us of downtown Pulaski, and you can also see the rest of this beautiful campus of Martin Methodist College. John, what do we got up first?
Well, we'll let you know what's going on here at the home of the Red Hawks a little further along in the show, but basketball is what's going on hot and heavy right now. The updated rankings you'll see a little later in the program, but if you're a faithful viewer of the show, and we know that you are, you always see a lot of impact in the Southern States in the top 25s. Here's how tough it is this season to play in the SSAC.
All you have to do is look at the national rankings here in the Southern States Showcase to see just how strong the conference is top to bottom on both the men's and women's sides as we head into the last month of the college basketball regular season. On the men's side, last year's conference runner-up William Carey, along with Emmanuel and Martin Methodist, are all in the current top 25. With last year's conference champ Faulkner in the discussion receiving votes, Martin Methodist, coming over from the Trans-South Conference, has added an interesting challenge for the other schools in their new home, and athletic director Jeff Bain knows the Red Hawks have their hands full.
Every day is game day. You know, it's not peaks and valleys there. You walk into it, you better bring your game day every day if you want to compete, and that's our goal here at Martin Methodist. We don't really worry about the school board. We can talk about some other things that we do worry about, but we think if we do a lot of other little things right, the school board will take care of itself if we really compete at it. And we want to be able to show up and compete and let the school board take care of itself.
On the women's side, it's even stronger. Newcomers Bethel and Martin Methodist, along with Mobile and Coastal Georgia, are all in the top 25, knocking each other around, with Southern Poly making waves and the next 10 to get votes. So, to a coach that the showcase has surveyed along the way, it's tough to get through the regular season in the SSAC, but it will get you ready for the conference championships in Montgomery and the national title run in Frankfort, Kentucky. This conference makes sure your expectations are always high and you know what you're getting night in and night out.
Well, everybody's talented, the teams are well coached, and so every time you walk out there, you better be fully prepared and you better be ready to play.
Everybody in this league can beat anybody on any given night, and we're not taking anybody lightly.
Every one of those teams is ranked below 15th. You know, all great teams, but no superpower, like I said. But there's other teams that aren't even receiving votes right now that may be as good, you know, or certainly on any given night can beat those teams. You know, Emmanuel was ranked earlier this year, Faulkner was ranked earlier this year, and neither one are receiving votes. Those are two very fine teams, you know, so we have a lot more stressful games, a lot more games that go down to the wire than you'd like. You'd like a few easy games once in a while, and you're just not finding those as much in the Southern States.
I've told our kids from the beginning of the year, every game we get in a conference schedule is going to be a battle. Every team's prepared, every team's talented, so it's a challenge, and it's something you have to accept.
So, Nicole, that's the lead for this week. It's a rough and tumble conference. Always has been, always will be.
Exciting how many teams we have in the top 25.
You got it.
I'm excited for the postseason.
And the polls later on.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to do it for this block, but don't go away. We still have a lot to tell you. The showcase continues after this.
This is a photo of a toasted, tasty Nuke's sandwich and another of Nuke's crispy California-style pizzas and supremely satisfying salads and oh, so decadent desserts. Of course, they're just photos, but proof enough that a picture can tempt 1,000 taste buds. Come to Nuke's and enjoy our signature dishes made with the finest, freshest ingredients in person. After all, taste buds can only take so much tempting.
Choosing the right college can be difficult. You're looking for professors that will challenge you while investing in your future. You want a place where you can be yourself and have fun while strengthening your faith and making a difference in the lives of those around you. You belong at the University of Mobile. The University of Mobile offers more than 40 areas of study in a Christ-centered environment just 1 hour from the beautiful beaches on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The University of Mobile, learning, faith, and leadership.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
Our adult students are a rare and special type of person, leaders in the office and the community, teachers in and out of the classroom, superheroes without capes. They administer first aid on computers and scrape knees. They are changing healthcare and themselves. Be the best version of yourself with an accelerated bachelor's or MBA degree from Bethel University. Call 1-877-4BETHEL today.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to the showcase. We made our way over to East Campus, and boy, is it cold out.
Yeah, so hurry it up.
And we are standing on the baseball field. Believe it or not, despite this freezing weather, baseball season is in full swing. All right, well, we already told you about our first story, so it's time for our second.
Over the past year, the Southern States Athletic Conference member schools have enjoyed various campus upgrades. We've seen new living facilities, academic buildings, sports facilities, and even stadiums, just to mention a few.
I'm thrilled for Marty and his staff and the student athletes. They got one of the best NAIA facilities in the country, we think. It's definitely helped them in recruiting. It'll help for the for the game day experience for fans. So we're real excited about it, and I know they're going to do a great job.
I view it from the perspective of not an arms race in terms of facilities. I view it from a perspective of what do students really need to excel. And we give them a lot of the tools they need to excel in the classroom and out of the classroom. And what I want to do is make sure that if they come here as a student athlete, that they're getting the best equipment, the best fields, the best tracks, and so forth, so that they can excel in that area as well.
The facilities, while cosmetic for the individual campuses, have also proven to be a real value in attracting prospective students.
I think that it's the expectation of today's student athlete, that you have top-notch facilities, that you have coaches who are willing to invest in them deeper than wins and losses, that you have faculty and staff who care deeply about them. And so is it a little bit of a facilities race? Yes, but I also think that it's what we all expect, to be excellent in what we do, provide facilities for our student athletes, but as well as for our local community.
We've really made a conscientious effort in the last 7, 8, and 9 years to upgrade. We had no football stadium, played at the local high school, and it was a great venue, but now we've got a stadium, artificial turf, that really is attractive. Makes recruiting pretty easy when they come and walk around on that.
Students are attracted by the amenities, whether here or anyplace else. I don't think that, I think that's true across the board. We are in the process of building a sportsplex that we hope will be attractive not only to our student athletes, but to the students who will be spectators and participate there.
Lots of alumni came back for homecoming and got to see the facility for the first time, which was just amazing to those folks, and to see a full stadium. It seats about 4,000 and we projected about 3,500 were here, and to play well in the win and see the Faulkner Eagles do well. I don't know if you can put a price tag on as you try to recruit students in other parts of the Alabama and even the Southeast of what a football program or what athletic programs can do for your small Christian school.
I used to work for a man, and his statement was that image is everything when it comes to your buildings and your appearance, and and understand, he understands it's much deeper than that, but when you are attracting students to your school, what they see is important to them when they first come in. It's kind of that first impression that you get. And of course, we're aware that that our young people today are into new things, they're able to get new things and to have the best in a lot of cases. And we want to keep our facilities updated, and we want to move forward. We kind of feel like that if you're not improving, if you're not growing, then you're stale, and we don't want to be that way. We want to keep moving forward. And so our administration understands the need for updating and growing and moving forward with our facilities all over campus.
The value of these facilities is not just limited to the institution. The surrounding community is also a beneficiary.
That this is not just built for student athletes, this is not just built for a track and field program, but this is built for the community to use. This is built for high school meets. This is built for young children's programs in the summer. This is built to be a facility that will be well used. I told the board that when we build this, I hope we wear this thing out in 5 years. And they said, well, what's the longevity of that? Well, the longevity is a lot longer than that, but that's if you don't use it very much. I hope we wear this thing out because it demonstrates that it's well needed in our area, in our community, and well respected and appreciated.
As the member schools continue to grow, we can look forward to new construction projects in the future. For the Southern States Showcase, I'm Scott Singer.
At Nukes, we know that for you, it's all about flavor. You want unique combinations that truly tempt your taste buds. Culinary classics that go to a whole new level. You like being served fresh takes on old favorites, all in a fun, stylish, casual place to be. All we want is to see that smile when you take your very first bite. So come see us at Nukes Eatery.
Education should do more than just fill your head with knowledge. It should open your mind and transform your life with the power of truth. At Blue Mountain College, we are inspiring a new generation to learn truth, love knowledge, and live virtue. This is what we teach. This is who we are. Blue Mountain College. Truth, knowledge, virtue.
From my very first day at Faulkner, it's been an incredible experience. There's so much to do around campus, and I know that I've made friends that will last a lifetime.
I love using my iPad in my classes. I feel really prepared for the future. Plus, the use of e-text helps me cut costs on textbooks.
At Faulkner University, we seek to educate the whole person, including mind, spirit, and soul. That's what makes us different from most other universities. Visit our website today to see what Faulkner has for you.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Being at Faulkner is like being a part of a big family. I feel safe here. It seems like I know everybody, and even my professors know me by name.
My faith in Christ has grown a lot since coming to Faulkner, especially working with this outstanding Bible department and seeing the general Christian lives of all the professors on campus.
Faulkner University is a growing, academically strong institution where Christ is the center of everything we do. Visit our website today to see what Faulkner has for you.
Welcome back to the showcase. We moved inside. Yep, warming up our hands because it's a bit cold
in the 20s outside.
So this is the brand new indoor facility here on East Campus at Martin Methodist College. And John, there's a lot going on around here.
For those that have followed the program and what the Red Hawks have been doing on the fields of play, this is a dream 15 years in the making. So let's find out what else is going on here in Pulaski.
One of the fastest growing colleges in the state of Tennessee, and striving to be an educational epicenter for its efforts, Martin Methodist College is in the middle of it all in the south central part of the state. Related to the United Methodist Church, the college's mission is to provide challenging educational programs grounded in liberal arts and sciences, promote a diverse, globally conscious learning community that nurtures intellectual, spiritual, and social, as well as personal growth, and serve the region and church through educational, spiritual, social, and cultural programs. All these ideas that college president Dr. Ted Brown is seeing firsthand.
We are the only baccalaureate institution in 13 counties, South Central Tennessee. And so we claim that territory. That's our territory, and it's well marked. And we're gonna be the go-to educational institution for the future of the region. Now you drive north to Nashville, and there are 24 educational institutions in Metro Nashville. And that's part of our territory because of our church connection. But we claim South Central Tennessee as the area where we're going to have the greatest impact. And so that's what comes back. The term epicenter was greatly debated in the planning process. But I think it describes well what we hope to do in the region in terms of ripples moving out from, like an earthquake, ripples moving out from the campus here and having an impact, a real impact, an economic impact, a social impact, a cultural impact on our South Central Tennessee region.
One of the main ideas at Martin Methodist is to maintain a nurturing atmosphere and one of compassion as well. Along with honor, diversity, and compassion, these 4 ideas are the cornerstone of the growth of the school in Giles County and beyond.
And that comes back to our church connection. Since our founding, I mean, we were founded by the Methodist Church. The first 2.5 years we met in the church building about a block and a half from the current campus, and we continue to have a very vital connection to the church. And that just naturally lends itself to a kind of compassionate environment. I always say we're a second chance institution. That is, students that make mistakes, they get a second chance on this campus, and that makes sense in the context of a Christian environment, that a person who seeks forgiveness for a mistake ought to get that, and it comes into play on a regular basis. We think it's part of the educational process. I can give you the names of students who have made big mistakes on this campus and who are now not only upstanding citizens, but who are leaders in their fields, and who think back about the influence that Martin had on them, both in terms of making a mistake and helping them from that, but also moving forward in their educational preparations.
But it's easy to see East Campus is the newest pride and joy associated with the school. 15 years in the making, the acreage now houses soccer, baseball, and softball fields, as well as an indoor practice facility for the sports housed on the property. There's a lot of work to be done, but it's a great start as part of the overall growth of the college.
Well, we're certainly very excited about the opportunities that the East Campus presents to us. I would have to say, though, that what went into the planning of the East Campus really was our current students. We weren't thinking about recruiting new athletes with those amenities. We were thinking about how can we better train our athletes for the competition they're going to be engaged in. And again, being in a fairly remote, a rural area, it's important that we have these resources available for our students because we can't find them elsewhere. I mean, to travel to an indoor practice facility like that one, we're talking about an hour or more. So in difficult times from a weather perspective, like we're in right now, having the East Campus indoor practice facility is critical for the competitive edge that we want to have with our student athletes.
And having this kind of development for not only Martin Methodist, but the town of Pulaski, Giles County, and South Central Tennessee gives their presence in the Southern States Athletic Conference a springboard for their long-term growth as well.
We've got 800 full-time students here. A lot of the ones in the southern states have 2,000 and 3,000. And we think all along that by hanging around credible people, you gain instant credibility. And that's what we're tagging for with the southern states. We're a small school trying to grow to be larger, and the southern states have been a perfect fit for us to gain credibility by hanging around really credible institutions such as those.
Athletically, the Red Hawks are making an instant impact with championships in the SSAC and bringing home a national title in men's soccer from Montgomery. It's another title the college can add to its mantles and trophy case, so there's an entirely different level of competition that the teams here in Pulaski are bringing to the table every week in all the sports they play.
We've got 3 national champions now. It's pretty cool. We've learned, Coach Clary, our soccer coach, actually has coached all 3 of those. He coached the 2 women's team and then our men's team this year. After our 2 women's team, I kind of talked with Coach Terry. I said, you know, there's a common denominator in these 2 national championships. I said, 1, your teams performed really, really well at the peak. They peaked at the right time. 2, they were healthy. Our sports medicine people did a great job of keeping them healthy all year long. I said, 3rd, we were lucky a little bit. The ball bounced right. You got to have that. And when you get to our men's national championship, same thing. They played really, really well. They were really prepared. We teach 3 things, we think, to make a champions. Or actually 2 byproducts. 1, you play with confidence. They showed up, played really well with confidence. 2, they maintained their composure at all times. They did that. And if you do the things, the scoreboard and championships will take care of yourself. And those things kind of worked out. And we found out that to be the same exact template when the women were successful and national champions, the men were. We played well when they got in there. We were healthy. The athletic training staff did a great job, and the ball really bounced right a few times for us. And the other team, it bounced away from them a couple times.
As Martin Methodist prepares for the next decade, they have in place a plan called Martin 2020, an extended master plan for the college so it can better fulfill its mission of being a nurturing institution. The plan calls for growth in all major areas, including facilities. Plans executed by the years 2000 and 2010 moved the college to the baccalaureate degree level and a critical mass with over 32 programs and an enrollment of over 1,000 students. Expectations are high, but the future is bright, and Bain & Brown wouldn't trade it for anything.
The favorite thing I think about Martin Methodist College is the ability to do 2 things. 1, to work hand in hand with the coaches. As I've told several people, our coaching staff comes in here knowing that they're part of my team as the head coach. And it's great to have that group to work with and pull their strengths together to help make our program. We made a conscientious effort at one time not too long ago that as one team got stronger, we all would get stronger with them. We wouldn't try to be jealous of the other one. And the second one is to have actual impact and influence on young people's lives. I have several Division I athletic directors that are peers and friends of mine. They say they miss that the most on that level. They don't get to have the interaction daily with the student athletes and have a great a process to impress them and encourage them. And as our Champions of Character program does, gives us a chance to correct them and give them that last bit of leadership and opportunity before they walk out the back door in the real world.
Being in a fairly rural setting in the South, outside of an urban area, your thought is that we're attending to the population here and close by, when in fact 15% of our students come from an international setting. We have a larger minority population from the state of Tennessee than any state institution in Tennessee. And that boggles the mind. I mean, that's so counterintuitive that you can't imagine it. And so to have the level of diversity that we have provides a level of richness to the educational program that you just don't find everywhere.
All right, so Nicole, as Martin Methodist heads toward 2020 and how they're looking at the next decade, a lot going on, and this is just a very small part of their plans. In the more immediate sense, softball's even starting. Softball is already starting, and they're getting practice done right here. I'm going to keep warming my hands. Start talking.
Okay, well, you know, they have softball, but good thing they have this nice, beautiful new facility here because they can practice inside and not freeze like we were just outside. All right, that's going to do it for this block. Up next, we'll tell you where we're headed for our next show, but first, the Players of the Week.
The Players of the Week at the conference level for the week of January 27th are as follows. In men's basketball, the honor went to Belhaven's Jordan Bedford. The junior guard from Covington, Louisiana, had an outstanding week, scoring a career-high 37 points in a win over Bethel. He followed that up with a 24-point performance in a win over Blue Mountain. Bedford shot over 50% from the field for the week and hit over 60% from beyond the arc. Bedford leads the Blazers in scoring this year, averaging 15.5 points per game. The women's honor went to Loyola's Jasmine Brewer. The 5'9" senior from Houston, Texas, recorded her 6th double-double of the year in a victory over then number 23 ranked Mobile. She then notched a game-high 16 en route to a 61-44 win over William Carey. The Wolfpack captain has put up double figures during the last 12 games. She also leads the team in points per game and remains the team leader in rebounds and steals.
At Nukes, we know that for you, it's all about flavor. You want unique combinations that truly tempt your taste buds. Culinary classics that go to a whole new level. You like being served fresh takes on old favorites, all in a fun, stylish, casual place to be. All we want is to see that smile when you take your very first bite. So come see us at Nuke's Eatery.
Education should do more than just fill your head with knowledge. It should open your mind and transform your life with the power of truth. At Blue Mountain College, we are inspiring a new generation to learn truth, love knowledge, and live virtue. This is what we teach. This is who we are. Blue Mountain College. Truth, knowledge, virtue.
Being at Faulkner is like being a part of a big family. I feel safe here. It seems like I know everybody, and even my professors know me by name.
My faith in Christ has grown a lot since coming to Faulkner, especially working with this outstanding Bible department and seeing the general Christian lives of all the professors on campus.
Faulkner University is a growing, academically strong institution where Christ is the center of everything we do. Visit our website today to see what Faulkner has for you.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in the field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
Time to put a bow on yet another show. We are kind of holding up basketball here at Martin Methodist, so it's been a great time here in Pulaski, Tennessee. You saw the polls, as always, Southern States well represented. Yep.
All right, well, it was a great show. Next week, we're headed to Bruton Parker, so make sure you come and see us then on the showcase.
Education should do more than just fill your head with knowledge. It should open your mind and transform your life with the power of truth. At Blue Mountain College, we are inspiring a new generation to learn truth, love knowledge, and live virtue. This is what we teach. This is who we are. Blue Mountain College. Truth, knowledge, virtue.
Choosing the right college can be difficult. You're looking for professors that will challenge you while investing in your future. You want a place where you can be yourself and have fun while strengthening your faith and making a difference in the lives of those around you. You belong at the University of Mobile. The University of Mobile offers more than 40 areas of study in a Christ-centered environment just 1 hour from the beautiful beaches on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The University of Mobile, learning, faith, and leadership.
From my very first day at Faulkner, it's been an incredible experience. There's so much to do around campus, and I know that I've made friends that will last a lifetime.
I love using my iPad in my classes. I feel really prepared for the future. Plus, the use of e-text helps me cut costs on textbooks.
At Faulkner University, we seek to educate the whole person, including mind, spirit, and soul. That's what makes us different from most other universities. Visit our website today to see what Faulkner has for you.
Our adult students are a rare and special type of person, leaders in the office and the community, teachers in and out of the classroom, superheroes without capes. They administer first aid on computers and scrape knees. They are changing healthcare and themselves. Be the best version of yourself with an accelerated bachelor's or MBA degree from Bethel University. Call 1-877-4BETHEL today.